YouTube machine. It's streaming on the webness. All right, I think we're going good.
X the moderators.
X the moderators out. We don't need no stinking moderator. So here we go, guys. Welcome to another soon-to-be classic, exciting edition of whatever we're doing.
Sunday Night Live.
Sunday Night Live! Because that is so original and, yeah. So anyway.
I think it's original.
Well, welcome, party people of YouTube. I can see that the folks are going to come streaming in. They're going to come flocking in. It seems that the machine is already going. That was from last week.
No, hi guys. Pumpkin's here. She's first.
Oh, wow. You're first, Pumpkin.
Man.
Hi, Pumpkin. Hi, Danny B, Fort Builder. Nice. All right, kids. So we have got a lot of fun stuff planned for this evening. See all my notes? I'm taking notes. Yeah, watch out.
I know.
I'll paper cut your eyes out.
I know. I'm going to get a paper cut.
Hey, Mike. Amish Country Homestead. Hey, everybody. We have got all kinds of stuff. We're going to be talking tonight a little bit about homesteading and prepping. We're also going to talk about space requirements for homesteading. Yep. We've got some movie trivia, of course. That's a lot of fun.
That's the best.
Recipe swap. We're going to do some channel shout outs. And if some folks come on who I'm kind of hoping they will, I wanted to talk a little bit about healing plants, medicinal plants. And what role that has on your homestead, if any at all. Also, we've got more fun, silly stuff over here, and kids on the homestead.
Silly stuff?
I know. So, first of all, let's talk a little bit. Hi, guys. We got to say hi to everybody.
Hello,
Ready?
Everybody.
On your mic, Marcus,
Johanna,
Mike,
Robert,
Jubilee,
Nelson,
Johanna, Robert,
Sarah,
Nelson.
Silver
Hi. Silver Opportunity. You are the winner. Yes, Silver Op. That is a nice segue for a recipe swap.
Oh yeah.
Silver Opportunity was absolutely the winner chicken dinner of our recipe swap soup category. Shepherd's pie. Yeah. It was a big hit.
Shepherd pie soup.
Yes, shepherd's pie soup.
Oh, it was really, really good.
And I will say though, Silver Opportunity, you are the king and / or queen of the culinary moment. Because I don't know if you're a girl or guy. Whatever. But whatever. But one suggestion was made, and I think there's a lot of anti-pea people out there. There were a lot of people who recoiled. They went,
the vegetable
peas. Yes, and I think the funny thing was we put them in the soup, and I actually didn't even notice them.
No, and he hates peas. I
don't hate peas.
You like canned peas.
I know, isn't that weird? Why would you like canned peas?
Gross.
But I do.
But he doesn't like it when I put peas in anything. So he followed the recipe to a T and put the peas in. I
was honest in the recipe. I didn't follow her instructions to the T. Because she used two pots.
Never follow instructions.
But that's me. I look at it and go, well, this is going to work easier for me.
Right.
And so that's why we did it that way. But hats off to you, oh queen or king of the soup world.
Yep, it was delicious.
And queen, all right, queen of the soup world.
Yeah.
And we're also going to go ahead and do the gumbo, because a lot of people really, really wanted to see the gumbo, and it was close. It was literally 2 votes off.
It was really, really close.
Howdy, oldie, Wayne Monroe, Brian B. Oh, hey, Brian.
Alberta's
Peas are
here.
awesome.
Hi, Alberta.
Hi, Alberta. But I was going to tell you, in terms of the peas, a lot of people suggested swap it out for corn. And I thought that would be a good, because, you got a little sweetness in the corn, and that would kind of balance things out.
Right.
I will say that there was a person from over the pond, from the Great Britain, the UK area, and they did shellac me for calling it a shepherd's pie at all. Because it should have been called a cottage pie, because you do it with lamb if it's a shepherd's pie, or I don't know. So, but I'm like, hey guys, whatever, just calm down.
Yeah, no kidding.
No need for all the corn is gross. Who says corn is gross?
Well, you're kind of eating grass.
Gross. Corn is awesome, especially Mexican corn, street corn.
Oh, okay. She said, no worries. I followed your 1 pot last night. Much better, less dishes.
Yay. Awesome. All right, cool. And it was very good. But now leading into the future, tomorrow, I've actually got a video already made that's going to be released tomorrow in the morning. I forget when I put it on. But tomorrow starts the next phase of the recipe swap, and that is entrees. Yay! Main courses.
Yeah.
And I'm excited because I've already gotten a few in because people didn't understand that it was just soups in the beginning.
They just sent us a recipe.
And they're like, I'll give you recipes. And they didn't listen to the rest, that it was just supposed to be soups.
Yeah.
But there is some freaking amazing looking stuff already.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I can't wait to see.
Yep.
I can't wait to try them.
Yep.
Sugar snap peas are my favorite. Yes.
Yes.
We take them straight from the garden. Well, me and my daughter Claire, we'll just pick them out of the garden and eat them like that.
Yeah. Yep. So tomorrow will be the beginning of the main course entries, and you'll see that basically what we need you to do is just send your main course recipe to info.bigfamilyhomestead@gmail.com, and that'll be in the video tomorrow. But main courses, and the rules are this, that you have to have it, nothing boxed up chemical, nasty wastiness.
No canned soups, no, excuse me.
She just farted out of her mouth.
Wow. How mature are you?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, not.
You married me. It's your own fault.
Really?
So, no chemicals.
Oh, Home Place Journals here. Hi.
Hi, Home Place Journals.
Okay. We're friends on Facebook.
Friends on Facebook, friends. BFFs. So, no chemical boxed up stuff. It has to be individual basic ingredients. Hey, Caroline Innersman. Palmetto Paratrooper. Oh, meatloaf. Yes. Palmetto Paratrooper's asking if you have a meatloaf recipe that could appease the, like Thor, mighty Thor, like Thor's meatloaf. I think that would be a good name for a meatloaf. You know? Meatloaf of Thor. No? She's not buying it.
No.
Okay, but wait a second. Wow. William is saying, I have an awesome pea salad recipe. You're going to have to hold that one, bro. Hold that, because we will do a salads category, and I have a salad recipe that could probably be the winner, and I'll have to enter anonymously so people don't know it's us.
You can't do that.
But it's a bok choy and grilled chicken salad. What?
Oh yeah, yum.
Bacon stuffed meatloaf.
Bacon cheeseburger meatloaf.
I haven't seen Wayne yet. Wayne's Homestead is not here. I'm kind of stalling out. Is Wayne's Homestead here?
Yeah, he's here. I saw him.
Okay. All right. Well, here's what we're going to do, guys. First things first. Last week, we did something, and I thought it was really fun, and I actually picked up a lot of really cool channels. I want to do some channel shout-outs, okay? So you guys are going to type in channels that you either like or have found recently, or somebody you just want to go props. So right now, type in channel shout-outs to your favorite folks, people that you want to advertise. It could even be yourself. You go for it. If you're the one that wants to have a channel shout-out, because we're going to do something really cool with it in just a minute. So get your channel shout-outs going on there.
Yep.
So my channel shout-out of the week might be different than yours, but my channel shout-out is going to be Arms Family Homestead. Yeah, love those people. Great family. So that's my channel shout out. Old Alabama Gardener. Here we go. Brian's got one. Keep them coming, guys, because we're going to do something cool with this.
Homestead. Drone Girl.
Drone Girl. I have heard of Drone Girl. I have not gone to Drone Girl, but that sounds cool. No. Appalachian Homestead. So who else do we have? What would be a channel that you would want to shout out, Mama?
The Fundamental Home.
Tell me why.
She's really awesome. She's a sweet, sweet lady. She homeschools her kids, and they're just starting their homestead, and really great frugal ideas.
Starry Hilder.
Yeah. She's just really, really sweet.
Okay. So channel shout outs, not a farm girl. That one I have seen. That's great. Lucky Robin's awesome. Starry Hilder's great. Amish. Oh, Southern Prepper 1. Actually, dude. Arian is I hope I'm saying it right. Aaron, A-I-R-E-N. I
would say Aaron.
Aaron. Mm-hmm. I think we're this close to getting an interview with Southern Prepper 1. He's already said he wants to do it, and we're going to try to extra cool points for Amish Country Homestead. Yay!
Yeah. But you can't recommend us.
No, but Aaron, I think that we're going to we're like this close for nailing down a time to get him on because I've been really, really enjoying a lot of his content lately.
Awesome.
Okay, but keep typing. Keep typing your. Is I know David a? Oh, you know David from Southern Prepper 1. Cool.
Oh.
I was like, wait a minute, is that a channel?
J0.
Buck
run.
Okay, so here's what we're doing. I'm going to look for, what's up, Off-Grid Nation? He needs some theme music when he enters the chat room. It needs to be something angry and filled with preparedness.
Wallace knife. Okay. Don't do that. That hurts.
Well, you gotta set the stage.
I know. That hurts.
You gotta set the stage.
Head.
Mark time.
Wayne says Wallace Knife Works in Homestead.
Wallace Knife Works in Homestead.
Cool.
Boss of the Swamp, yes. I'm looking for ones that I have not seen. I don't know the Dork channel. What's Off-Grid Nation? You asking what? Dork channel? I don't know.
Is he referring to his own?
I don't know.
Tangy,
whenever I see
awesome.
whenever I see the Off-Grid Nation logo, it just makes me want to rock. Yeah. Cokeman 250. Okay, I'm gonna pick one up here. Let's see.
Growing your greens.
Rage Against the Machine. Oh yeah. Oh, Know Your Enemy. Excellent song. Okay. Now, what I think I want to do, guys, this should be fun. I'm going to keep putting your channels up here, and we're going to randomly pick, well, not randomly. We're going to try and pick ones that I don't necessarily know or Mama doesn't necessarily know channels, and we're going to go nuke their channel. You're going to open up a new window, and you're going to go to that channel, and you're going to subscribe to them.
Yeah.
And so they're going to go tomorrow morning, they go, why did I just get 100 subscriptions? Like, last night, I got 100 subscriptions, and they're not even going to know why.
In 5 minutes.
So we'll go and nuke them, and in love, we will nuke them.
Yes, Urban Farmer, they're cool.
Urban Farmer, I'm feeling like Urban Farmer is the one. Let's see. Let's scroll back.
Growing in Faith.
That's
okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Found-O-Matic.
Found-O-Matic,
awesome.
Great channel. You know what? I think I want to do. Let's do Wayne's Homestead.
Okay.
So everybody, open up a new window, open up a new YouTube.
Put it up again.
Go to Wayne's Homestead channel and subscribe to them.
Yeah.
Nuke their channel, and they'll be like, "What? This is awesome!" So, yay! All right, okay. So you guys do that. Now we're going to move on to a new topic, and here is the topic of the day. This is kind of the big bulk of it. Now, when you talk about being a homesteader, it's a lot different than a prepper, but they have similarities too. They overlap in a lot of different ways, right? And so I kind of want to ask you guys, first of all, do you consider yourself a homesteader? Do you consider yourself a prepper, or both, or none? So there's your the first question, and then we're going to get into this dialogue. So do you consider yourself a homesteader, a prepper, both, or none? So let me know, because I have a sneaking suspicion, and I don't want to give away my cards until we get to it. So William went and subbed Wayne's Homestead. Way to go, William. Thank you. Appreciate it.
Palmetto says, if you're already subbed, leave a comment.
Yeah, that's good.
Blast him with
Wayne's
comments.
Homestead. Comments. You know, and he is a hairy beast. If you've never seen him, he's just...
He really
You know, he is the reason for the legend of Sasquatch. It's him and J0. They go out in the woods, and people try to hunt them like a beast. They do. I mean, he's got like a propane tank under one arm, and J0 carries him around like a little Chihuahua dog. It's crazy. It's crazy. Yeah, I don't even know. I don't know. Okay, we're looking now. We're both right now. None. Homesteader, trying to do both, just beginning. Okay. And here's the thing, guys. This is where we're at. We honestly started out as what we would call preppers.
Yes.
We saw the writing on the wall, and it was clear to us that whatever is going on in our country, prepper, moving in the general nation. Yeah, that's exactly. But we basically got into this because we saw the writing on the wall, and we're going, oh my gosh, we would not be able to feed our family after 3 days of food is gone.
Right.
And all you got to do is look at the news to see that our politicians, they really don't care about us. It's all about them. It's all about keeping themselves in power. And then you start looking at the economic situations that we're in. And if you want to know more about the economic stuff, go over to Off Grid Nation, because Tommy is he's a freaking wicked smart dude when it comes to money.
Yeah.
And he knows what's what, and he's got a lot of videos. Pumpkin?
No, you don't,
No,
Pumpkin.
you do not. No. But Tommy's got a lot of videos that deal with the issue of finance and what he's doing. He's very open about it, which I really, really appreciate, because it gives me a better idea of what we should be doing. But we started out as preppers, and then once we got enough stuff, we kind of started getting into chickens and gardening and bees, and now we feel like we're to the point where if we couldn't go to the grocery store for a year, we'd be okay.
We'd be okay. Yeah.
We'd be okay.
Right.
And that would give us time to get gardens and stuff going. And now we're doing rabbits and chickens and goats, and we're looking for a place that's a little bit bigger so we can start doing pigs again.
Pigs
and cows again. And so that's kind of how we got going. But now here's another question. And this, honestly, I've been thinking about this all day. And I'll tell you why. I've been thinking about this after I asked the question. But the question is this. Out of the people that consider themselves either a prepper or a homesteader, if you consider yourself one or the other or both, are you a person of faith? I don't care what you would define as your faith. I'm just curious. If you're a prepper, homesteader, or both, do you consider yourself a person of faith? And here's why. The reason why I asked that is because when we started getting kind of awake and aware, it was about 5 years ago, and when I started calling around to different friends of mine, because being in a band for a long time, I know people all over the world. And what was interesting to me, look at this, all these yeses.
This is awesome.
Wow. This is confirming my suspicion that I would call my friends all over the country, and they were all coming to the same knowledge at the same time, with us being completely disconnected.
Right.
Completely disconnected.
We would just be on the phone with each other every 8 to 10 months.
Yeah.
It's
and then you'd be like, you'd want to say, hey, so if you guys, had some kind of catastrophe, would you have any food?
Right.
You kind of want to dip your toe in the water because you don't want them to think you're crazy nut bar or whatever. But then once the conversation was going, you'd find out, oh my gosh, these people are getting switched on in the same way at the same time.
Right.
And so I had this suspicion. Yeah, that's happened to me a couple times, hundreds. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Has it happened to you guys too? Have you talked to friends that you haven't necessarily chatted with, and they're getting switched on and being made aware that there's a problem? And not to get too preachy, but honestly, if you guys remember that story in the Bible, the Technicolor guy, remember him, his coat? What, baby?
I don't think that's what
his name was Jophus. Joseph. Basically, I kind of think that God is giving us this foreknowledge to get ready. I think that God is saying, you guys need to remember how to do skills that have been forgotten. You need to start storing up food. You need to be helping other people to get switched on and get ready. Just like back in the Bible, that he had this dream, knew what was going to happen. He could interpret Pharaoh's dream, and they started storing away food for the famine that was coming. And that act ended up saving Israel. It saved Israel. And I kind of think that's what God's doing. I think a lot of us are getting switched on and made aware, I've got to do something different. I got to make a change in my life.
Right. I mean, it's silly to have, a day or two of food in your refrigerator. I mean, you have life insurance, you have car insurance for what if you have a snowstorm? You only have 2 days and you're stuck in your house for 2 days.
What's up, Brooklyn girl?
You got nothing.
I'm sorry. I sidetracked you, baby.
You did.
I saw Brooklyn girl. What's
really
up?
Okay.
Oh, I forgot. I didn't even give my gang sign for Wayne's Homestead. Wayne's Homestead. When I see Wayne's Homestead, I got to give his gang sign. What? You know how it is. He's all east side. east side of Ohio. East side of Ohio. So you guys
Oh
are
my
absolutely
gosh.
confirming what I've been thinking about,
Yeah.
is that I think that God has been pouring out his spirit to get us freaking awake, aware, and starting to try to draw people into this, because I don't even know how to describe it, guys, but everybody that you talk to on a serious level, we all know something instinctively is wrong.
Right.
We can just sense it. There's
Right.
something not right, and we need to get more skills. We need to get prepared. We need to be in a we represent Wayne's Homestead.
Wow.
We need to be in a situation
Squirrel.
where, yeah, exactly. Okay, moving on.
We went through those same 3 hurricanes in 2005.
You gotta say what the question is.
Sorry. After going through 3 hurricanes in 2005, I knew I had to do something. USA Kiwi. Yes, we went through those same 3 hurricanes in Florida. It was insane. By the third one, I said, "That's it. We're done. We're out.
Yeah.
We gotta go somewhere else."
Well, remember that one that happened when we were living in Waimama, and it went right over the top of us?
Yeah.
There was a hurricane that went over, literally, the eye went over our house.
It was nuts.
But what was cool is I went outside when it was when the low pressure system, when the eye was over us, and the sky was green.
It was ridiculous.
And the pressure was just so strange. Everything was just peaceful.
Still.
It was like yellowish green outside, but it was just like nothing was blowing around. And it was like, holy weird. And it felt different. Like it was like there was some kind of almost electrical charge in the air.
Yeah. For that third hurricane, we went up to South Carolina, remember, to see Jim and Aaron. And we got to South Carolina. Well, the hurricane followed us. Yeah. We had to come back down through it. It was I think, a tropical storm by then, but it was crazy.
All right. Well, actually, Permaculture Homestead, who is formerly Permaculture Prepper,
okay.
Actually, that's a good cue there.
Your name, same idiot.
Same idiot.
Oh, no.
I said it, I did not. Whatever. But actually, that's one of the things that I wanted to talk about tonight. One of my many topics here is in terms of homesteading, guys. How many of you actually grow medicinal plants? Mm-hmm. And I know there are many of you out there who do, but that's something that we personally want to get more involved in.
Yeah.
And right now, we only have a couple.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got some herbs and stuff, but do you grow medicinal plants? Number one. Number two, what are they and what are they good for? Because right now, the only ones that I know of that we use is a plant called comfrey. Mm-hmm. It's an Appalachian kind of thing, and it's also known as knitbone. Mm-hmm. And I think, guys, there's so much in the way of medicinal plants that would help us get off big pharma, baloney, crack, horrible chemicals. Our bodies are designed to heal themselves.
Right.
We just got to give them the right food. And so I was going to ask you guys, first of all, those kind of questions. A, what do you grow? What's it for? But also, okay, William, I know a lot of medicinal plants. Here's the question. How would you get started? What would you say would be the way? Is there a book? Is there a website? Is there a series of videos? How would you suggest to somebody to get started?
Yeah. We don't have, I mean, we know how to grow stuff, but which ones are the best ones that you can,
and for what?
If you only have a certain amount of space, what are the top 5 maybe that you should have?
What's oregano oil used for? We actually just, the funny thing is, I don't know if you guys know the doTERRA stuff, like the doTERRA essential oils. Yeah. We actually buy them and
sell them.
Well, I think technically we're one of those, we're a distributor. We gave them some money and then they send us stuff all the time.
Yeah. No, Billy Branch is right. It's a great antibiotic. Whenever I make the Z-Pack thing, mix, oregano is one of the oils that I put in it.
Right.
Which thankfully we don't have to use very often.
Suggestions on how to get started. Is there a series of web pages? Are we looking at videos? Is there a book that's like the holy Bible of medicinal plants?
Wanda says herbalhealer.com is a good place to start.
Great. Herbalhealer.com.
Okay.
Excellent. Because this is part of the prepping and the homesteading that I think we generally miss out on.
Mhm.
I think most folks, you get your food, you get your, protection, you get all your animals set up, but it seems to me that it's one of the last things that we think of
Right.
is medicine.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
the end. Great interview.
I have a headache. I'm sorry.
So
I'm not thinking very well today.
So basically, I think it's one of those things where we should probably give it a lot more consideration now than rather when you're going, oh my gosh, what am I going to do in this situation? What do you do? The herb book. Okay, we're looking honey. Brian B is absolutely correct.
Yeah.
And actually, we've got a video coming out. We got some honey pulled today.
Yeah, thank goodness.
We did. Yeah,
Man.
That's a whole other story. Eat the Weeds YouTube channel is great. That's great. Eat the Weeds. Peterson's Field Guides. Excellent suggestion, Mike.
Cool.
Makuna honey.
Makuna.
That's Makuna honey.
No.
What a wonderful day. Makuna honey. With 19 kids, I bet Brad hasn't heard that excuse often.
Yeah, no, the peppermint oil is great for the headache. I have past tense, which is a product of doTERRA that I have and use, but didn't get a chance to put on my head recently. So
now, I had a suggestion from a subscriber because I have actually personally severe rheumatoid arthritis. And they were saying that you can take it's off of a hickory tree, shag bark, and you can boil it down to almost a syrup, and that will help arthritis. Does anybody have any kind of experience with that? Because if you guys know John at J0, we're kind of bros. We hang, and he's actually gonna pull some off of some neighbor's tree when they're not looking and send it to me. That's not true. He's just gonna go get. I don't know. That's normal. He just wanders around the woods taking people's stuff. That's not true.
That's not true.
That's not true.
Don't lie about J0.
J0's a nice guy.
He's a good guy.
Puppies.
Which his shirt is over here hanging.
Yeah, you see J0's shirt. It's a custom made J0. I sell these for $39.95 or 4 easy payments of $55.60.
There we go. Perfect.
Yeah. Peppermint for nausea, cayenne for pests. Since you have arthritis, I would suggest stinging nettles. They're in the Carolinas, aren't they? I've tried it personally, but I don't have arthritis. What do you have to run through them wearing Speedos? Here I go. I'm coming through the stinging nettles.
Nice. Cannabis. I'm sorry. That's
illegal right now.
Illegal right now, yeah.
And even if it was legal, I can't. My throat, even being around people that smoke.
Oh, it's awful.
I just start hacking like crazy.
Yeah,
I would never be able to do drugs. That was never. No.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, Granny's Homestead. Yes, follower of Yeshua.
Yes,
excellent.
amen.
Turmeric is great for RA.
Really?
Oh. Yeah, that's a visual, Brian. Run through the stinging nettles. Roll around. Oh. This feels like burning. Was that Ralph? Ralph from the Simpsons?
Ouch.
This feels like burning.
Ouch.
You taste like old people.
You taste like old people?
Yeah.
Nice.
So encouragement to you guys. Get knowing.
Brownies?
Does that work?
Stop.
Does the cannabis and brownies really work? You've got psoriatic arthritis, which is very similar to RA. Remedies. Okay. Turmeric does help. Okay. So maybe if you got enough versions of all these plants that help, you can make something that works for you.
And ginger. And drink that for RA. Interesting.
You can smoke catnip? Whoa.
Ew. Start rolling around and
all the stray cats in the neighborhood are all meow, meow. They're all out front door. That's like ringing the dinner bell. Meow. That sounds like Gary, SpongeBob's cat.
Yes.
Gary. Meow.
It's a snail.
Yeah, it's a cat. It's a cat snail. It truly does not
inhale,
need
right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Hairball.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Asher Anna says, go slow taking turmeric.
Okay.
Why? I'm just curious.
Okay, where's
Ginger for nausea, definitely. Turmeric and ginger is good. Water is good for RA.
If you start licking yourself, you've taken too much catnip. Yeah. Well, I am bendy. I gotta say, it's like I don't have ribs down here or something.
Stop!
What?
Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh, I think we have turmeric.
I think we do. I don't.
I
We've
think-
tried
we'll have to
everything,
check. We'll have to check. Mullein is a plant with furry leaves.
Actually, you know what? Is it mullein?
Mullein.
Dirt Patch Heaven actually sent me some. She sent us some. We just don't have it. It's not time to plant yet.
Right. We need to get that done.
And we do want to do that. I don't know how to use it, but you got to get growing before you can use it. So, all right. A question that we got last week that we never got to, oddly enough. And
shocking.
I have no idea why we couldn't stay on schedule. But we had a question of homesteading space.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if you are going to start a homestead, the question is, how much space do you need? That's your cue.
My cue? Really?
Go.
Okay. Well, okay. Are you going to have... Well, yeah,
the camera's over there, baby.
Okay, sorry.
It's over there.
If you're going to have...
We're good at this.
I'm really not. I'm bad at this.
Talk to the people.
Talk to the hand. Okay, so I think the first thing you need to do is make a list of the things that you really want on your homestead. Because if you don't want cows or large animals, you don't need a lot. I mean, we have 1 acre. We have 4 goats. One better have her kids soon, or I think I might lose my mind. I am going to snap, okay? There is movement. Anyway, so we have 4 goats. We have 25 chickens. I have to think about it once in a while.
It depends. Depends on the day.
Anyway, then we have lots of rabbits in a small amount of space. We have a pretty big garden. So right now, yeah, right, Tommy.
1 acre is fine.
Yeah, 1 acre is great. But if you want a couple of head of cattle, you want, some hogs, you stop messing with Christa.
Okay.
Story of my life. You're gonna want several more acres. I mean, I really would like for us to have at least 10 to where we can have 2 or 3 cows, 1 for milking and a couple of beef and then, some hogs.
Yeah, and I agree. Pumpkin is absolutely 100% correct. I do deserve a donkey.
Oh, of course.
She might say jackass, but
no, we already have that.
Yeah, that's what So
no, yes, definitely. I want a donkey too. They are so sweet and loving, and yeah, definitely a donkey. But I really want animals that are going to be beneficial to us. I know donkeys are great herd protectors, and but I want a milk cow.
Well, and that's the thing. I think ultimately, if you had for us, and you got to analyze your own situation, guys. If you don't plan on doing large animals like pigs, 10 acres is way overkill.
Oh, yeah.
That's way overkill.
Right.
And you just don't need it. But the reality is if you want to do beef cattle or any large animal, you've got to look at the requirements they need for grazing space.
Right.
But so for us, I think if we had 10 to 20 acres, that would be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Because we're at the point now where she's making cheese with our goat's milk
every week,
and we like that. Yeah. But we want cheddar cheese, and we want mozzarella, and we want all these other cheeses that you got to use cow's milk for, to get that right flavor.
Right.
And we also, I'm tired of paying out the yin yang for beef.
Oh, it's insane.
$5 a pound, $4 a pound, depending on what you're getting.
$4 a pound for ground beef, which is...
That is insane, people. Fat. And I got to tell you, this is another thing. Okay, I'm getting ready to get on a soapbox. Here we go. Step up to the soapbox. We went and I watched a video on Arms Family Homestead on how they were rendering pig fat into making their own lard.
Yeah.
We have called no less than 5 butchers in our area, mm-hmm. only 2 of which actually will sell you the fat.
Right.
And of them 2, this blew my mind.
Right.
They want to sell you the fat for $3.50 per pound.
It's ridiculous.
You can go to Kroger and buy the freaking pork chops for $1.99 a pound pretty much all day long.
Right. Right.
They're charging more for the fat.
Nuts. It is.
And so when we had,
it's something that they're going to throw away.
Yeah. And so when we had pigs, we didn't know. It was like our first time doing it. We had 3 butchered,
right?
And it was just it's insanity. And you get all that fat for free, and you can replace. I mean, I would not replace butter, but we want to make our own butter. We want to make our own lard. We want to do all that kind of stuff.
You need a cow for that.
And it's just insane, the price. So for us, we feel like we're ready for more property, and we're ready to make use of it, where it's not just going to be like, oh, well, there's 80 acres that we don't do anything with.
Oh, no. We're going to use every bit. I mean, we already use, probably, 90% of our property that we are able to use.
Yeah.
Trees out front.
It is funny.
Yeah.
The very first thing we did when we got here was we planted 18 fruit trees right in the front yard.
Right before we moved in?
It was actually before we got here.
Before we moved in, we planted trees.
Yeah.
Because we knew they needed to be in.
Brian Hendershot, how much fat do you need? Well, that's the thing. I was watching this video, and I've been doing a little bit of research on lard. And cooking with lard is actually a lot better for you than cooking with butter. Now, do not hear anything sacrilegious there, because butter is absolutely its own food group. True. But when you're talking about biscuits and crusts and stuff like that, lard's definitely the way to go. Or even frying, lard's the way to go. And guys, did you know that lard has a very, very high amount of vitamin D? And that's really good. That's really good for you. And so I don't know how much we would need, but I want to definitely implement lard into our cooking situation, at least for frying, and definitely probably more.
Well, and not the stuff you buy from the store. The stuff you buy from the store has hydrogenated lard in it.
Yeah.
You don't want that.
No, we just want the real deal. And besides, then you get cracklins. Ooh, cracklins. So, okay, we have several acres, but most is a woodlot to keep the fires going. I hear that.
Yeah, that's
I hear that.
Something we want. We want partial pasture, partial woods.
Yeah.
We want to be able to take care of ourselves and not have to worry about buying a cord of wood for $300. That was insane.
Wow. Yeah. And so far this year, knock on wood, or wood, we have not turned on our heat at all. Not at all. Not once. The fire's going in the back, and it's kind of crazy. We had a 60-degree weather day yesterday.
It was 70.
Was it?
It was 70, yeah. I checked in the afternoon.
But it's supposed to get to 32 tonight. Yeah. So it's like, pew, pew.
Yeah. No wonder I have a headache.
Yeah. So I heard the best way to look for land isn't listed for sale. Well, how would you? Okay, I heard it's best to look for land that isn't listed for sale. Palmetto Paratrooper is saying. Well, how do you do that?
Yeah.
You just go knocking on doors like, hi, I'm not here to sell you anything, but I want to buy something.
Right. I want to buy your land.
How does that work?
Oh, my goodness.
Wayne heats with propane. I wonder why. Yeah. He's a propane guy.
Oh, news to me. Sorry.
And by the way, we did go and nuke Wayne's Homestead channel. So if you have not gone over there to subscribe to his channel, make sure you open up a new window and go over there. And if you've already subscribed, make sure that you leave a comment, at least something very, very offensive and hopefully racially motivated, because he's a Sasquatch. It's really it's
sure bad.
What?
It's so bad.
Is that anti-Sasquatch racism? That'd be not genderism. That'd be like I don't know, speciesism. You're a speciesist. You don't like specieses.
You're ridiculous.
It is true. I am ridiculous.
Oh, tax liens.
Tax liens. Country people don't advertise pensively. Well, you already said you have 100 acres you don't want. We're just going to come there. We're just going to show up. We're just going to show up.
Yeah. Mini cattle gives 10 to 15 percent more meat per pound compared to larger breeds. Huh. Really?
Pensively stroking my beard.
Interesting.
Hank.
But I want more milk, though. I want like 4 gallons of milk a day.
Well, Mama, think about how that will add up.
The cheese and the butter and the ice cream.
Ooh.
Ice cream.
All right, you had me at ice cream.
2 words. Ice cream.
Ice cream. Say it with me, kids. Ice cream. All right, there's a question. What's your favorite ice cream flavor? Go. Favorite ice cream flavor. Go. Whoever gets it in first wins the golden
Pralines.
Cupid. Yeah, Wayne's World. If Benjamin were an ice cream flavor, he'd be pralines and beep.
Can pig fat be frozen? I don't see why not. Why?
Why not? It's fat.
Yeah, it's fat. Of course.
Vanilla chocolate, French vanilla, pistachio.
Free.
Free ice cream. I'm with
Amen.
you. Butter pecan.
Freeze your pig lard. That way it doesn't go rancid.
That's awesome.
Genius.
What I saw on Arms Family Homestead, they were canning it. They canned it.
But wouldn't it still go rancid?
It will. It just take a lot longer. You're getting all the oxygen out.
That's true.
And heating it up.
If you kept
permaculture, cookies and shame.
If you kept it down in a cellar, in a root cellar, you would probably.
It can be frozen. They say it can be frozen.
If you canned it and then kept it down in a root cellar, probably would be
optimal.
I think it would be optimal because you're not using any electricity to freeze it.
Yeah. Okay, caramel apple ice cream. Holy bejeebers.
Yum.
You're going to send me into fat guy zone. I'm going to just glance over and fall.
My all-time favorite is chocolate ice cream with lots and lots of peanut butter running through it.
Where we live, there is a gas station chain called UDF, United Dairy Farmers, and they make really, really incredible milkshakes.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
You would not think it from a gas station, but they have this big old ice cream thing there.
Yeah, it's really nice.
And she gets chocolate on chocolate.
No, chocolate peanut butter.
No, chocolate milk, chocolate ice cream, then peanut butter.
Right, yeah. Chocolate, peanut butter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything chocolate, peanut butter, yes.
What's up, DIY kid?
Sorry, Janice.
DIY kid
no
in the
longer
house.
Be friends because you don't like peanut butter. I'm sorry.
If you guys do not know DIY Kid's channel, you need to get over there too.
Hey, DIY Kid.
Yeah, that's Tommy's son
awesome.
From the Off Grid Nation, and he makes some really, really sweet videos. So you should check that out.
Death by chocolate.
Oh my gosh,
I can't drink that milk, that chocolate milk. It's death by chocolate. That UDF has death by chocolate milk. Oh, that's actually it's like really? Drinking melted chocolate ice cream. It's so thick and so chocolatey. We are offline. What? There we go.
What?
It was offline. What
Calm
the
down.
heck?
Simmer down, sister. So take your Garth, your pills. Garth, your pills. All right. So wow. DIY Kid is a rock star. He can't even help it. One time he tried not to be a rock star, and guess what? Didn't work it out. He's still a rock star. So, all right, moving on. We've got a couple more topics, but before we go to another topic, don't forget, get over to Wayne's Homestead.
Yeah.
Say something really offensive in the comments. Like, I hate that Brad. I wish he would just die in a fiery car accident. Say something like that. That's always helpful and edifies the body. So, okay, here we go. I'm getting ready to start some actual fights right now. You guys ready? This is actually going to start a fight online. Okay, which one's better? Star Trek or Star Wars? Star Trek? Star Wars. Go. Fight it out.
No way.
I'm going to have some apple juice. You talk.
Canned lard will last. Jay Walker says canned lard will last for a couple of years, but the glycerin will separate out. You can still use it to waterproof your boots.
Cool.
That's an excellent idea.
Cool. Star Wars, Star Wars, Star Wars. Neither, pumpkin. You disappoint. You had me. Okay. You had me with the donkey thing.
They're about even.
Don't say that. Cancel the power of those words.
Awesome.
Eric has never watched.
You must be like.
Are you a millennial?
Under 30.
You must be a millennial.
Anybody under 30 has never watched it.
It's weird. We found that a lot of our friends who are around 30 years old, they just never watched any of it.
Yeah.
And that's straight up odd to me.
They are nuts.
So, all right.
Neither, but my brother-in-law will disown me if I don't say.
All right, Star Wars. Okay,
awesome.
We've got a couple more actual real life questions that are not just silly questions. But before we do, this is going to be an actual real giveaway. Okay, I've got over there, we've got some Patriot Pantry food. Food for Patriots. Food for Patriots. Long-term storable food. And for the first person that answers my question correctly, I'm going to send you some free food. You'll have to private message me so I can get your address.
Right.
But the first person is going to get, I don't know, like 4 bags, like of the 4 servings each.
Sure.
Yeah. So whoever gets this question right the fastest.
Oh, dear Lord. Without Googling it.
Without Googling it. And you got to be honest. You know we'll never know. You could be a liar, pants on fire. And we would never know. But
teller of untruths.
Your pants have combusted. Yes.
That's
Okay, so whoever
translation.
gets this correct first is going to get you some Patriot or Food for Patriots food, and that is this. Name correctly all 7 dwarves. Go. All 7 dwarves. On your mark, get set, go. Now we got to watch, and we got to have to count fast.
Oh, good.
Whoever's got them, all 7. Sneezy, creepy,
No.
slutty. I don't know. The dwarves are different these
Snow
days.
White.
Snow White, yeah, she's. It's Angelina Jolie, right?
She's living with 7 dwarves.
What are you gonna do?
She was Maleficent.
What is that even?
Maleficent.
I don't know.
Maleficent.
Maleficent. So while you guys are scrambling to win some awesome food, we're looking for 7 dwarves.
No, really.
Yeah. Okay. So we're looking. Are they naming them? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Got it. Danny B got it. Danny B is our winner.
Brad, Krista, Tommy, Jane, all Dirt Patch.
Brooklyn
Nice.
girl, you know what? I'm sending you something because that is an awesome answer, and we're gonna write those down.
Yes.
Yeah. So Danny B and Brooklyn girl, you've got some food. I'll private message you, and if you don't see me private message you, private message me, because sometimes I don't know why this works, but sometimes I'll go to your page and I can't message you.
Yeah, you have to have the about thing up there.
Yeah, I don't know why.
1969.
So 1969. Okay, cool. All right, kids. Let's see what else we got here. Recipe swap. We went over the recipe swap. Tomorrow we're starting the entrees.
Yep.
Homestead versus prepper. Homesteading space. Homesteading healing plants. Oh, okay. Lastly but not leastly, at least for this list, kids on the homestead. What is the deal? I mean, we've got obviously 7 kids. Is it a plus? Is it a minus? Are things harder? Are things easier? What is the role of our kids on the homestead?
Oh, I'll be honest. I think it's a little of both. Harder and easier. The easier part is there's more of you. You can get more done in a short amount of time. The harder part is there's more cleanup, there's more laundry, there's more
Palmetto paratrooper.
there's
Yes.
more just kids fighting. No, I mean,
Well,
free labor.
Palmetto paratrooper saying if you don't work, you don't eat.
Yeah.
You know, the thing is for us, we have just always been the kind of parents that say, this is a family. We all do everything together.
Right.
And if we need to build a shed, we're going to build a shed. Little kids, if all they can do is carry, here, take nails over to David over there.
Right.
They can do that. They can help out. And they're actually being absolutely valuable to the whole project. And you know what I've found? Hey, David, I saw you. Glad you made it. But I found, though, that not only does it help them instill a sense of accomplishment that I helped build this, or I helped plant this, or I helped make this plant grow, not only does it do that, but it also gets a lot more done.
Well, and it also instills a good work ethic in the kids.
Yep.
I mean, and if you teach them, to work hard and then see what they have accomplished.
Yeah, they see what it is.
It's not everything is handed to me on a silver platter.
Yep.
They're learning to work for what they get. I mean, it's okay. That sounds wrong.
No,
I shouldn't say it like that.
No, but they see the benefit of the hard work.
That's it. And little kids absolutely love helping in the garden.
Oh yeah.
They don't. I shouldn't say they like to weed, but they do.
Well, what's nice about them weeding is they're much closer to the ground, so they just have to reach over. Right. Whereas we don't have to bend over.
And while they're weeding, they can pick tomatoes and
they pick their nose. and they pick their brother's nose.
And they eat the worm. No, they don't eat the worms.
No, but absolutely, we 100% believe that, you know, if you instill in your kids the way they should go when they're young, when they're old, they'll do it. They'll do it.
Right.
It's biblical.
Right.
And bottom line, yeah, Brian, wait, food does not come from a fridge.
No, it does not. Or the store.
No.
No, it comes from a farm.
And it's really funny because our kids know that we have certain plants in the garden that they can go and snack on
all day long.
We've got these little yellow pear tomatoes that are like this big, and they get super sweet, and they're just covered.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
And they'll go out there and just pick and eat, and they'll, you know, there are plants that are just, they know, don't eat that one. That one's hot. And that one's spicy.
Oh, yeah. Our little 4-year-old learned that last summer.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Her and a buddy, they found out that, oh, wait, those red things aren't tomatoes. What the heck happened to our feed?
You're all worried about the feed.
Sorry. Anyway, yeah, no, the two little girls, they found out real fast, hey, those are not tomatoes. Those are hot peppers.
Yeah, and then the one really wised up and gave the sibling one. They're like, here, try this. These are great.
Is yummy.
We get meat from Magic Meat People.
Oh, awesome.
Nice.
Wow.
What's up, horsey peeps? What up?
Wayne, I saw your comment earlier about your girls not helping. You really need to get them to help.
Dude, you got to crack the whip, bro.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
right,
man. You see, I was getting ready to flash the gang sign, but
they gotta help.
Get your house in order, bro. House in order.
Well, it's just more fun. I mean, if everybody's working together, then
it makes perfect sense.
Really
you get more done. Everybody helps out. It's a sense of accomplishment.
Right.
And they're part of the solution. Mm-hmm. And besides that, when they get old, they're gonna do that for their kids too. And it's a teaching a work ethic, you know?
Right.
So, all right, I guess here's the thing, guys. I think we're kind of winding up, and I do have a song for you tonight. I'm gonna grab my guitar right here, and it's kind of funny because we played this song in church this morning, and it's a new one that I had not heard before this week. And it really, really applies to our life. Like you guys, me, us, the self-reliant, the people that are homesteading, the people who are prepping. And this song is called No Longer Slaves. No kidding. I'm not joking. It's called No Longer Slaves. And, you know, obviously they're talking about it from a spiritual standpoint. But the reality for us is that, you know, when you learn a skill, when you become self-reliant, when you can plant things in the ground and make food come up, you don't have to rely on other people. You don't have to sit around and go, well, how's my next meal going to happen? How's my next thing? And yes, we do need to, sorry, I got distracted there. We do need to, it's gone.
Sorry, baby.
Got a song for you. And it's called No Longer Slaves. And I look like a goofball. And it's basically that, well, when you're prepared, you're prepared. And so this is the song. So hopefully, you unravel me with a melody. You surround me with a song of deliverance from my enemies, till all my fears are gone. 'Cause I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. 'Cause I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. From my mother's womb, you have chosen me. Lord has called my name. 'Cause I've been born again into your family. Your blood flows through my veins, and I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child gone. 'Cause I'm no longer a slave to fear. I am a child of God. You split the sea so I could walk right through it. My fears are drowned in perfect love. You rescued me so I could stand and sing. I am a child of God. 'Cause I'm no longer a slave to fear. 'Cause I am a child of God. And I got to tell you what, folks, that is the encouragement tonight for me personally, and I hope for you too. We do not need to sit and worry and fret. I mean, there's a lot of stuff that's going on, especially from a a reliant person's mindset, getting prepared for whatever, and all of this stuff that is just out there that you can't put your finger on, and you know that there's something wrong. But I'm here to tell you that if you put your faith and trust in God, you can live victoriously right now. While you're preparing, while you're getting ready, you can still have peace. And that peace comes from God. And so there's the encouragement. So I want to pray, and hopefully you guys have gotten something cool out of the night. So hopefully there you have it. So anyway, Father God, we come before you, and we are a people who desperately needs you. We are broken, and we need you. You know what it is that you want us to do. You know how it is that you want us to become self-reliant, and you know, well, what's ahead, and we don't. And so I ask, Lord, that this evening that these people would put their faith and their trust in you, and they would take one more step closer in complete abandon and trust in you. We love you, Jesus. Amen. Have a great night, guys. Love y'all. Bye.
Bye.
Shut the off button. Where's the off button?